Welcome to the Urban Debate on Magic Bricks Now. This is India's first property channel. I'm Faye D'Souza. Let's take a look at the headlines at this hour. In Mumbai, home buyers are up in arms against their developer. Home buyers allege cheating and misappropriation and ask authorities that despite an FIR being filed against the 4 directors of Kamala Landmark, no action has been taken yet. Why? In other news, builder body CREDAI meets with RBI Chief Raghuram Rajan in a 1-hour-long brainstorming session. CREDAI bosses present a plan to boost housing credit. The RBI Governor Rajan discussed cost of funds for both the customer and the industry and priority sector lending. Pune civic body PMRDA takes a tough stand against illegal construction in this city. It plans a phase-wise demolition drive. It says 76,000 illegal buildings have been identified within the PMRDA jurisdiction. Now, these buildings have had notices sent out to them. Buildings that cannot be regularized will be demolished. Our campaign against project delays continues. Our focus is Mumbai today. Prominent builder based out of Mumbai, Kamala Landmark, who is in fact one of the top builders in this city and the famed IPL team Deccan Chargers in 2012, faces the heat from home buyers. Now, on the 23rd of June, we were the first channel to break the story about an FIR that was filed against the directors of Kamala Landmark. Now, home buyers who are going to be with us on the show allege that they have been cheated. Over 400 families who've been trapped right now with delays, they allege, on Kamala Landmark projects are up in arms. They've gotten in touch with us. They've said that they've paid nearly 90% of the payment on most of these homes. Most of the homes, of course, are priced above 1 crore rupees. It's been 4 years and they're still fighting for possession. Our reporter Disha Shah, who's tracking the case very closely, met with these home buyers. Listen in.
It was just last week on Thursday where 2 home buyers had registered an FIR against Kamala Landmark developer in Mumbai for breach of trust and for cheating. In fact, buyers in the FIR alleged that in 2012 they had booked flats with Kamala Landmark developer for 2 of these projects, that is one Atlantis in Bhandup and one in Mahakali Cave Road. In fact, both the FIRs, buyers alleged that they had paid more than 90% of the money to the developer, and till today on ground we are in 2016 and no construction has been going on. In fact, the construction is stalled. In fact, this is just a smaller picture. Here we talk about 3,000 families who are affected and are facing the similar situation. In fact, I am joined here by the buyers.
I've invested 93 lakhs in Atlantis, and that was in July 2012. We had paid 93 lakhs for a 3 BHK flat, approximately 1,800 square feet. So far, nothing has come up. The ground is plain. Not even, construction has started. We contacted the builder through many sources, like the lawyers have sent notices, Grak Panchayat also has sent notices, but he has not responded to any of the notices.
I had invested in a commercial project because I wanted to expand my business in 2007. I have invested almost about 1.9 crores, including stamp duty and other registration charges. Current status is, although the building has come up, there is no OC. There are craters created by BMC because there's a lot of illegal construction.
My father had invested in 3 projects and now he is no more, and I've lost the head of the family and we are in a lot of financial crisis.
I had invested in the year 2013 in a project called as Kamala Grandeur in Mulund. After that, after a span of 1 year, I have been following it up since there was no follow-up and there was no calls, no communications. And then finally I sent a legal notice, and on that they had certain rounds of meeting, and they said that my amount will be transferred to the another project in Andheri Marol called as Kamala Equina. They have constructed up till only 5th slab at that point of time. It is an SRA project. The SRA building has come up and they entered me into an agreement. I have taken a housing loan, but from that point, that is in the year now 2014, as on date, there is nothing that has come up ahead.
We invest. Well, at Magic Bricks Now, we've written to Kamala Landmark. We've reached out to the company seeking a response on the buyer's allegations. However, we haven't received a response yet. We will continue to try to get in touch with the company to find out their side of the story, and when they do give us a response, we will carry the same on the channel. In the meantime, in the studio with me, Anand Patwardhan is the ex-president of the Consumer Guidance Society of India. Mohit Bansali is an advocate with the High Court of Mumbai. Also joining me on the show, Rakesh Shetty, the leader of the Maharashtra Pradesh Congress Seva Dal and home buyers of various projects of Kamala Landmark. I want to go first to the home buyers who join us on the show. I understand Rakesh Shetty is the one who has the mic right now. Rakesh, you've been representing these home buyers in their fight for possession of their homes. Tell us what's happened so far. What sort of cases are you facing?
First of all, madam, I would like to correct you. Before starting this, you mentioned Kamala Landmark has one of the top builders. I'd like to tell you he has not constructed more than 10 buildings in Mumbai. And whichever buildings he has constructed, they are suffering. They don't have a OC, that is an occupation certificate. Few of the floors are illegal. BMCs have been giving them notices. There are a list of existing customers are there with us. There is a list of buildings where people are going to suffer because they have to pay high electric and water bills. Now here, let's talk about these buyers. Now here we have more than 150 buyers across Mumbai. They are coming from 8 major projects. Starting from Bhandup, there is a project called as Atlantis, which is in Bhandup. There is a SRA project which has come up in Mulund. The name is Grandeur. Now, like this, all projects are there. Here you can see all the buyers.
You have received so far. How many buyers have you met with, and how many complaints have you received so far?
150 complaints through my mail. Personally, they have met me. They have been struggling, going to the police station from last 6 months to file an FIR. Here, after they have come together, finally one FIR has been registered in Ville Parle.
Okay, I want to hear from the home buyers. If you would pass the mic on to an aggrieved home buyer who can tell us what their experience has been. Ma'am, thank you for speaking with us here on Magic Bricks Now. We're here to listen to your problems and to try and help in any way we can. Tell us what your experience has been with this developer so far.
Madam, we have booked a 3 BHK flat in 2012 and we paid him 50 lakh rupees with all check payments, and till today he has not done anything. He has not got CC for his construction to be done, and I was trying to push him from 2013, and till today he is giving me answers. We will start the construction within next 6 months. And with so many efforts I had taken for last 6 months, I was going to police station and coming back again, and finally just I got succeed in getting an FIR done against this Kamala Landmark bidders.
And I've shared the information.
I have just shared this my FIR copy with Magic Bricks Now channel on 23rd evening. My FIR is registered on 21st of the June, and till today I don't think investigation is going properly in this case.
Why don't you think the investigation has been going properly in this case? You spoke to our reporter this morning and said, as buyers, that you all feel that the police are not moving fast enough with this investigation. Why do you allege that?
2 days back only, police officer who is going to do this investigation, he called us to submit the papers. For that also we have to push him कि कभी आना है sir, कभी आपको papers देने हैं. He had not insisted us कि come tell your complaint and give us details. We just have to force him.
और मैम आपने बताया कि आप पिछले 6 महीने से ट्राई कर रहे हैं FIR दर्ज करने के लिए, और अब नहीं हो पा रहा था. क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा था?
I don't know, they were giving some other someday they used to call me for the statement, then they will say कि नहीं आज we have got a bigger case, some दूसरा fraud आज आया है तो you people come after 8 days 10 days ऐसे ही चल रहा था. In between वो पुलिस भर्ती का जो काम चल रहा था उसके लिए 1 महीना मुझे इंस्पेक्टर ने नहीं बुलाया, एंड आफ्टर दैट दे हैव चेंज द इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग ऑफिसर, तो दूसरे को अभी दिया है और उन सर ने हमारा FIR कर लिया है. They were giving some or other reason to me कि अभी नहीं होएगा, यहाँ पे नहीं होएगा. Yes, FIR.
Right, if there are other customers there, the gentleman who's bought commercial property, if you want to share with us your story, I do want to know what are the other problems being faced in the other buildings from this developer?
Yeah.
Name of the project.
Yeah. I have invested in one of the commercial projects near Paper Box. There are 3 commercial projects there, and I had invested in 2007. I wanted to expand my business, and I had taken a bank loan as well. Now, in 2009, when I went there to see the project was incomplete, I approached the office after several approaches, telephone calls. In 2010, I was told there are some legal issues and there are some delays which we are trying to overcome, and in 6 months' time, you will get the project. After, late in 2009, again I checked with them, and they said, no, things are happening, and in another 6 months' time, you will get the project, and I will give you a discount in the interest and all you're paying. Now, then in 2011-12, I've been constantly following up. No one is picking up the phone. No one is answering the call. Now I see the building has come up, but there is no OC. There is property taxes are not paid. There is a crater made by BMC, so occupation is not possible. And the very purpose I've invested is lost. From 2009 to 2016, you can imagine the 9 years have elapsed. The rates, no one is willing, I can't put it on rent, nor I can sell it. I have been paying the interest, and there is no relief from the builder. And now I'm told that you'll get your OC, but when? It's of no use to me. I've gone to the police station. I submitted a letter to Vilepale police station in April,
Right.
but no response at all. Then last week I submitted another letter at MIDC, for which I was called yesterday for a statement. And during the statement, I was told that there are other complaints of the builder, but what can we do if he doesn't come?
Right.
I mean, that was a very strange question put up to me. As a layman, what can I do if police cannot manage the situation and get the person to give a statement? I mean, it's a very sorry state of affairs, I would say.
You know, I want a response from that. You know, Anand Patwardhan is also representing the buyers, from what I understand, in a couple of cases against this particular developer, Kamala Landmark. Anand Patwardhan, respond to 2 things here. One is the pain that these buyers are going through from the stories that they are telling us right now on live television. The other is the fact that they're telling us that they haven't received too much help and too much confidence there from the police. Now, what is a customer supposed to do if the police doesn't respond in the manner that we expect the police to respond?
Well, as far as the pain that any buyer would be going through, obviously many people must have booked or paid their lifetime savings. Like we have heard, many people have borrowed. If they have borrowed from the banks, that means they have not only pledged their personal assets. If this project doesn't come up, then their other personal assets are also at stake.
At stake here, yes.
That is one.
Yes.
Apart from that, they have also pledged their next 10 or 15 years of regular income, which is being paid to the bank.
You know, I just want you, I just want you to help our audience understand this point before we move further from it. If I, as a buyer of any developer, I've booked a home loan that is now ticking, because 90% from what we understand, these buyers have already paid, which means they're paying interest on that 90% at this point. They're meant to pay it back. There's no home. If they stop paying their EMIs and they default on those loans, what happens next?
As far as the bank is concerned, they are out for recovery. You have not only mortgaged or permitted to mortgage this particular property which you are going to purchase.
Bought, yes.
But if that is not ready, if that is not constructed, or even if it is constructed, if it is not sellable, then the next thing they would do is to turn to have your other assets, because your personal guarantee, as well as you may have even given guarantors. So their properties can get attached for recovery. The banks today have got SARFAESI Act, by which they can take strong steps.
So basically, if people have booked homes that have not been delivered for 5 or 8 years or maybe 10 years, and you stop paying your EMIs, the bank is fully within its rights to attach the rest of your assets and recover the money that you owe. Now, Anand Patwardhan, if the police do not react to me in the manner that I need them to react when I file an FIR, which is what these buyers are alleging, What happens then? Why is there a situation like this in our cities?
Well, various reasons. First of all, many of our officers get confused whether this is a civil matter or whether this is can be converted into a criminal matter.
But we're looking at the FIR that was finally filed. It's a criminal FIR that was filed.
Yes, because every transaction, if there is some kind of a representation made, a kind of a promise given, and if that has not been attended, that would amount to cheating and breach of trust. Here, the police, whether they can take up these matters, they definitely have to refer this matter to their seniors or to their legal cell, get an opinion, and then maybe take steps. Apart from that, suppose the police, that particular officer or that police station is not taking action, one can always complain to the higher authorities, like the deputy commissioner or the ACP or the deputy commissioner of that
so if I'm
area.
not getting the reaction I want from the police, then go to the higher authorities, speak to the
That is
deputy
one,
commissioner.
or one can also file a private complaint under the section 200 of CRPC, wherein one can very well also refer to section 13 of MOFA. That's the Maharashtra Ownership Flat Act here.
You know, I also want to bring Mohit Bansali in here. Mohit, that one buyer who has bought commercial property, who's making, you know, not just like the rest of us who normally wait for homes, here is that there's an actual quantifiable loss of business that we're talking about. What compensation can he ask for from the person who's caused him this loss?
Right. First of all, I must thanks to Magic Bricks for bringing such a wonderful platform for the people and the builder. Now, this is the platform that everybody can put their views and can get their problems resolved. Now, as the question been asked to me, what the loss can be quantified. Now, here the question that the person who has invested his hard-earned money for his business purpose, for his livelihood purpose, years back. Now, what is the reason why the possession is not yet given? And if it is constructed according to his version, why the possession till date not given? Now, here the quantification of damages is in question.
Yes.
The person has lost his bread and butter for several years, first. Second, that the person has lost his time. The most precious is time. Because every time he has to watch, every time he has to go, whether my asset is going to come, whether my construction is going to come or not. And third thing, that the agony which he is facing. All three factors have to be taken into consideration, and based on that, the compensation can be sought for.
All right, based on that, the compensation can be sought for. You know, I want to understand from the home buyers right now, you've obviously been waiting for so long, and now you're filing FIRs. Do you want your money back from this developer, or do you want your homes to be finished and handed over to you? What is your demand right now? If you were to approach consumer court, what would be your plea to the court? Go ahead.
My name is Agnello, and I have invested in Kamla Equina. Sorry? Kamla Equina, that is in Andheri, Marul. When I had invested in 2013, it was a project which was in Mulund, but since that project did not come up over a period of 2 years, after a lot of follow-up with the builder, he gave false commitments that within 2 months this project in Mulund will come up. But then after 2 years, I sent a legal notice to this guy. And with the result of this legal notice, he communicated to me, he came and approached us with a certain round of meetings saying that we don't have any fund to refund you, but on the contrary, we can adjust you in some other project, which is Kamla Equina. And at that point of time, I could see that SRA building, it was a rehabilitation building, that has already come up, and this Equina had come up till 5th slab at that point of time. So I felt happy, and I went into an agreement with this builder for this project, and I took a housing loan from ICICI Bank, which was pre-approved for this project. But as on date, till the time, almost 2 years down the line, again that project is still held up. And on query with this builder, he keeps on saying only one thing, maybe within 2 days the OC will come, there is an aviation issue. But whatsoever it is, maybe a month or a 2 month can be understood by a layman. But 2 years, I think there is something violation that has been done, or he is not of the intention to build this project and just collect money and evade off.
Well, Agnello, if there is, we must accept that the area that you're talking about is close to the airport, and there might be permissions that need to be brought in from the Ministry of Aviation on what they call the funnel area, which is where the planes fly in. Some of those rules have changed over the last year or so. I want to understand from you, what has your experience been in your communication with the developer? Has the developer been forthcoming with the communication? Has the developer, spoken to you, gotten in touch, responded to you whenever you've reached out?
Ma'am, I would like to inform you one more thing. Before going into the agreement, I checked out with all the papers, even with the aviation paper, what you get, civil aviation paper. Even that was there obtained in 2015, late 2015.
Okay.
So now suddenly, how come that aviation, I don't know how it has changed. And now he is not talking about civil aviation. He says just that SRA, there is a 2 meter or 2.5 meter issue which can be resolved with aviation. Maybe he's buying time, I don't know.
Anand Patwardhan, you've looked at this case carefully. What is your response to what we've seen so far?
There are certain areas, not only in Mulund, which is the main landing runway for the airport, similarly a little part of Juhu. And what we see is a cross runway that we are seeing, which also covers Chembur area.
Okay.
There are a lot of such buildings there where the civil aviation and the airport authorities particularly have suddenly raised the height by 2 meters.
Yes.
Most of the projects which had got sanctioned from municipal corporation, from BMC, as well as had earlier got permissions from the aviation authorities,
look at the height of
have
the building.
suddenly got stuck up with this 2 meters. 2 meters is almost 6-7 feet. It would almost mean that half of the not top floor, but maybe the water tank on the top floor would have to be cancelled. Now that kind of cancel means you just can't slice it and break it.
Does it merit the kind of delay in this particular case that Agnello is facing?
Well, I think these matters are getting sorted out. Last what I heard was BMC, which is the authority which is supposed to be giving OC. In some of the matters, they have actually come out by saying we'll have to reconsider whether we should take such kind of, make that as a requirement to get clearance from airport authority for such projects.
Okay.
But this is all still, we are waiting for things to happen.
All right, Rakesh Shetty, I want a clearer view on how these buyers want to approach the courts right now. Are they looking for their money back, or do they actually want their homes constructed and handed over to them?
Here there are projects. Here there are projects where builder has not taken any approval. I want to ask Mr. Patwardhan, what has police has to do? Police has to immediately file an FIR. He has not taken. Now when 2 projects, one in Bhandup and one in Mulund, Grandeur and Atlantis, no approval has been taken. You have not got a CC. Maharashtra government has not permitted you to construct a single building, but still you have been collecting money from the investors. This is cheating, fraud, breach of trust. Here police have to just inform the DCP and immediately FIR has to be registered. There is, in few buildings, I admit there may be cases where there may be delay in possession. But Grandeur and Atlantis, 2 major projects in Mulund and Bhandup where 250 houses are there. Here no approval was taken. And he has done a joint venture with the previous builder. He says he has nothing to do with Kamla Landmark. Now he is bringing up his new building and this investor are in the roads. Who is answerable for them? So police should act swiftly, immediately FIR should be registered and this Jitu Jain should be put behind bars.
Well, Anand Patwardhan, these 2 projects that he's talking about, Atlantis and Grandeur, sales on these projects have been done starting May 2012 till today. And if there are no approvals, that's the first complaint that the buyers have said. And secondly, they're saying that the JD that has been done, which is the joint development partner now says, I have nothing to do with this. I'm just going to go ahead and build on this land on my own. Rakesh Shetty is still saying something. Rakesh, go ahead.
See, I can show you now. There is one lady sitting next to me. Atlantis, they have given allotment letter. Your building is not ready. Not even the plinth is ready. You are giving allotment letter to the customers and fooling them. This is daylight cheating. A builder, once he completes the project, then he gives you an allotment letter. Here, on today if you go to the construction
To be
site,
fair, Anand
I think
Patwardhan, allotment letter is not given on completion, right? Allotment letter is actually given when you buy the apartment, when you make your first booking, if I'm not mistaken.
In fact, that's how an allotment letter comes into existence, where your booking gets confirmed by that allotment letter, and the particular flat that one would be buying or one who has decided to buy and booked that particular flat gets spelled out by this particular allotment letter. Now, as far as why the police have not been registering FIR, I think I was trying to answer that question.
Yes.
I'm not trying to cover up why the police shouldn't. The issue here was the police may be having difficulty, but then yes, it clearly amounts to cheating and breach of trust. Because of certain Supreme Court directions now, any person who goes to the police station, an FIR must be registered.
Right.
That has now become the
No, so
rule.
my question is this. If we're looking at these two buildings that have been open for sale now for at least 4 years, and if the buyers now tell us that according to them, there are no permissions at all for these two buildings, what does this mean? From a legal point of view, what does this mean on this particular case?
It certainly amounts to cheating. It amounts to breach of trust, because you have been collecting money by representing a certain thing which doesn't exist.
Right.
So it's definitely a case of cheating, but the definition of cheating itself is quite clear. Whoever parts with possession or who is made to part with certain security on being misrepresented, this becomes perfectly a case where cheating and your breach of trust can be registered. Apart from that, I think there are provisions under MOFA, particularly Section 4 of MOFA, where any builder who takes even a rupee is required to execute an agreement.
Yes.
No builder can
Which very
take more
clearly
than 20%.
Which very clearly, and sorry to interrupt you, that agreement should also very clearly talk about who the joint development is with, what sort of a partnership they have, and who's responsible for constructing the project.
Section 3
so obviously
of
this has not been done.
MOFA says that all those declarations must be made,
Yes.
including with regard to the titles
what legal
and the right
recourse-
to construct.
What
how he
legal
gets a
recourse
right.
do these buyers have right now of this particular project of Atlantis and of Grandeur, if they want to take a legal option?
Well, Consumer Protection Act is a very good option, but somehow as far as commercial premises are concerned, there are two schools of opinion and different kinds of judgments that have been coming from the National Commission and the apex courts here. But
Okay.
notwithstanding that, there is always a recourse by filing a criminal complaint and also complaint under MOFA, which can also be those sections of MOFA can also be tried along with cheating and breach of trust.
Ideally, in this case, Mohit Bansali, these buyers should be looking for their money back with interest, because there is no building at all. So, what would you recommend they do?
Correct. What is my experience that all the home buyers desperately want their home, but in a peculiar situation like we have just discussed about that the project is not yet come up and the allotment letters are issued. First of all, I must make it clear that even if a single rupee a builder takes has to execute the agreement as per provision of Section 4 of MOFA, first of all. Even if we think that in anticipation that he will get a permission, the amount is being taken. Still, since last 4 years, that amount is lying with the builder. And that amount, if the intention was clear not to cheat and not to create such a situation that the people would have lost their trust over that builder, so he would have refunded the amount immediately. Being a builder in the profession, he has got all those ideas that whether the project can be come up and cannot come up. Now question comes, in such a situation when the project is not coming on one hand, and on another hand the buyers have already paid their hard-earned money, their life savings, they have collected the money by mortgaging their properties and all. So what they should do? So here they have a right to ask for the proportionate market value of the price.
So not just your money back, but the proportionate market value of what you would have bought and what the market value would be right now. I want to hear from more home buyers. Rakesh Sethi, if you would pass the mic over to some more home buyers, we want to hear stories from people who've taken the trouble to join us. Tell us the experiences you've had with this, with the developer so far, if you've bought a home.
Hello. My name is Pawan Suresh Ahuja. My father had invested in 3 projects. One Atlantis in Mulund, second Shai Shamneri in DN Nagar, 3rd Brightland in Khar. Unfortunately, my father is no more, and he had spent his hard-earned money. And in Atlantis, he had invested 42 lakhs, Shai Simneri 50 lakhs, and in Brightland, approx 1 crore. And as the head of the family is no more, there's a lot of financial crisis. We have been following up the broker, but he is nowhere to meet, and we are thinking to make multiple FIRs, and there are a lot of people here whose money is in vain, and we want some sort of justice, and I want everyone who is hiding behind should come out and unite with us and fight against this man.
All right. Is there another home buyer who'd like to share your story with us?
I'm representing Melvin Menezes. He's in Muscat right now. He's been working there for a very long time. And he has invested 93 lakhs total in Atlantis project in July. And now it's 4 years that nothing has come up so far. And we are really, like, he has put his hard-earned money in it, and the builder is not responding to any of his calls, text messages. Then the lawyers also have sent him legal notices, but nothing has come up so far from his side. We have sent a letter from the embassy also to the Commissioner of Police, and so far there is no FIR been filed. Also, it took 6 months for my dad to file a police complaint and get his statement after a lot of running around. So all my dad's hard-earned money has gone down the drain, and the builder is not responding to any of his notices. Nothing has been come up also in the construction so far.
You know, Anand Patwardhan, you have with you a copy of a notice that this developer had put into a newspaper earlier this month.
Yes.
Do you want to read that out for us?
This is a public notice which has been published under the name of Kamla Landmark Group, Terminal 9, 6th floor, Nehru Road, Vile Parle, where I think it starts by saying that we are closely monitored. We have closely monitored that some business rivals have been spreading baseless and untrue rumors about our 40-year-old company. That's one part. I think going further, we would also like to inform you that due to changes in development control regulations and unprecedented changes in policy, some amendments and rectifications were necessary to be incorporated in certain under construction and upcoming projects. This has caused major delay in some projects. At the end, he actually goes to say, all of you have reposed faith and bestowed trust on us since 1971.
Right.
We request similar cooperation for some more time. We are always available here in Mumbai to speak to you, meet you, bring solutions for your problem. You can write to us at the help desk at kamlalandmark.com or visit us at our office, etc.
So I want to
that's how he has been all the time, trying to say that, look, we are here, we are going to do it. Now, this kind of confidence building in people but not delivering the goods.
No, so first of all, if that was the case, obviously the buyers who are talking to us right now are not business rivals out to malign the developer,
exactly,
as you yourself pointed out. And if the developer is willing to sit across the table and find a solution, I doubt buyers would take the time off from their lives to be part of shows like this, or to spend time going to courts and going to police stations to file notices. Anand Patwardhan, what has your experience been with this developer so far in the couple of cases that you are fighting?
Well, what I am seeing here is similar kind of problems, where some of the projects have been constructed, but then again there is problem with the OC. Subsequently, there would be a problem with even getting the society registered, conveyance. All this is a part of a package that a builder is supposed to deliver. Now, if that has not come through, apart from that, in some projects there are issues where there is leakage and some other kind of problems that have cropped up, which is also a part which a builder is responsible for and is supposed to take care of those things. Now, in order to have your projects delivered, keeping the time schedule is most important, because every person is going to be anxious. A lot of money is invested. Many people are waiting to get into that particular house. Probably they have already sold their existing house in order to pay the builder. Now, like we are seeing with some of these people here, many of them have paid a lot of money, 93 lakhs or maybe 1.5 crore or whatever, is not little sum.
Right.
Where a person could be shelling out from his pocket.
In my experience, it doesn't matter what the price of the home is, it's always almost everything a person has. We tend to
a
invest
person
our
doesn't-
entire life
no,
savings
a person
into a
doesn't have
home.
money
Yeah.
to go to any other project. He's stuck up there.
Yes.
That's the very important part of life, and that anxiety. Now I can't go anywhere else. I'm stuck up in this place. That's something which is more torturous because you're seeing other projects coming up. Maybe you could have gone into those projects. You desperately need a place.
Right.
And you're stuck in a situation with such builders.
In fact, the gentleman who has the mic among the home buyers, I have a question for you. If the developer has put a notice, a public notice in the newspapers saying that come and meet us and we will find you a solution, we want to be able to make all of our customers happy, is that the experience you've had? If you've reached out to the developer, have they sat across from the table for you and offered you various solutions?
No, I would like to share my experience regarding this builder, which happened with me. Actually, let me brief a small story. We have booked in 2012. But since after 6 months, we asked the builder, please show us the... he was not developing anything. There was no movement on the plot. I was monitoring basically every month. But he denied to show any papers. And finally, I came to know that there is going to be a problem. Maybe it is illegal, the plot. So he never showed me any papers. So after 2013 and 14, we waited for his reply. So he gave us another offer of buyback, which he also was not very clear, and he never paid our fund back. So I would like to tell about this builder that this plot where the Atlantis was supposed to be projected, there is still nothing done, and he doesn't have any intention to make any project there. So, and we have put our very hard-earned money, and we are in the distress now because he is not responding. He is telling us to communicate with the email. I have sent him several emails, but there is still not a single reply from him. He doesn't pick up my phone. All his phones, he just rings, but nobody picks up.
In fact, on Magic Bricks now, we've gotten in touch, or we've reached out to the developer several times over. We have reached out to ask the developer to join us on this show and also send us an email response to the questions that we've received from home buyers. We're awaiting that response. You're yet to receive any sort of response from the developer, either on the phone or on email. And as soon as we do receive a response, we will carry it on this show. Mohit Bhansali, it just sounds like these buyers have reached the end of their rope at this point in terms of their patience. What advice would you give them about, what to do next?
Unfortunately, yes. They have lost the trust. Now there is no question of reinstating the trust which they have lost. Even if a builder says that sit on table, but how difficult for a home buyer to reinstate the trust which they have lost because of the conduct. Now that gentleman rightly said that he has sent so many emails to the builder, but till date he has not received any response. If that is the kind of attitude and the conduct on the part of builder, where the gullible flat buyers will go. So ultimately they have remained only one option, to knock the doors of the court to get the justice being done. But this is not amounts to a fair play. Each and every buyer who has a name in the market must understand that they have to understand the pain of flat buyers. Only then he can preserve his name, fame and the business. But here ultimately all the stages are crossed and only one option remains to the flat buyers is to go to the court. And in court they have several courts available to them, like civil court, arbitration they can go. Similarly, they can move to the criminal courts by way of filing FIR and by way of filing private complaint under Section 13 of Maharashtra Flat Ownership Act. Similarly, they have the option to go to consumer court. Consumer court is more admirable remedy because of they don't have to pay much higher court fees as in civil court they are required to pay. In criminal court also they don't have to pay that court fee which is required to paid in the court, civil court. So the consumer court is the remedy available to them, which is the cheapest remedy for them. They can go, they can exhaust their remedy over there.
Go to Consumer Court. For home buyers who've spent their entire life savings and borrowed what is effectively 15, 20 years of income and invested it in a home that they hope to live in with their family, to wait 4, 5, sometimes 8 years for delivery is a problem that we look at very, very seriously. This is a platform on this channel for home buyers to come forward to share their experiences, and we'll try and get you any sort of solution that we can. Like I told you, my team has been getting in touch with the developer in question. In this case, it's Kamala Landmark. Ketan Shah of that particular company has apparently just sent us a text message saying that he will give us a response by tomorrow morning. That response will be carried on this channel when we do receive it. Rohit Shetty, you've been working with these buyers. A response saying that you'll hear from us tomorrow morning. That's what we've gotten so far. What sort of responses have home buyers received? What sort of responses have you received when you got in touch with the developer?
When this entire group came together, there was a lot of pressure from everywhere that I should not support them. There were so many pressures, there were so many people talking about this developer. But when I gone through the paper, I have seen they have put their money. And specific in the sense there were so many real estate people, there were so many politicians. I don't wish to name them, because you can talk to the buyers from day one till today. I am with them, with a very faith they are with me. We are fighting against the developer to get their right, whatever rights they are there, they should get their rights. Second, very important part is कि whatever response tomorrow he may give you, the important part is none of these plots belongs to him. Atlantis and the Equina or this one, what is that? Grandeur. This plot doesn't belong to him. Now, whereas for, if we talk about Grandeur, which is in Mulund West, it belongs to one Sai Construction. Now, Sai Construction says we have removed Jitu Jain Kamala Landmark from the project. Now, more than 200 people have paid, say, average 1 crores of rupees, so it becomes 200 crores. So, what have the builder done with this 200 crores? And whether these people are going to get back this money, this is a question. Now they are not going to get the flat. This is out of question, because they have booked in 2012. That time the rates in Mulund were 10,000. Today it is 15,000 a square feet. So they are not going to get their dream home in Mulund now. But at least their hardened money with 18% of interest they should get back. And I have been following your channel, magicbrip.com. I have not seen such a type of a case. Every time you raised an issue, your panel had come, it was delay of position, some other problem. But this is not a regular problem. Here the builder has cheated. This plot doesn't belong to him. He doesn't have a proper property card. He doesn't have any approval. Without approval, he has collected money. So this case is a first of its kind in your channel, because I have been following your channel very closely. So you don't mix it up with any other builder, because those are all reputed developers. Maybe there are some other crisis. He is not like that. And he has not cheated only in 1 or 2 projects. Trident Parel, this is a very reputed project which is coming up. There I met more than 15 investors who had paid 2 crore rupees. Now that Trident project belongs to Kamala Group, which is the original Kamala Mill property, that fellow. They say we have nothing to do with this Kamala Landmark. Only by showing other projects, by printing fancy brochures and website, you cannot sell a project like this to these customers. And I would like to request Commissioner of Police to act, because unless and until Commissioner of Police act, policemen will not act, because most of the police officers are hand in gloves with such builders.
All right, Anand, I want an understanding here for the home buyers who are listening, and of course for people at home. When there is a criminal complaint filed of cheating under Article 420, there has to be a very clear intention to cheat from the beginning to the end. Right? Tell us what the difference is between a delayed project for various reasons and from actual cheating in the court of law.
Well, when you're looking at cheating, the basic element of cheating here is where a person has misrepresented or represented something and induced some person to part with valuable security or money. And then when he doesn't have that intention to really
with no
keep up
intention to actually keep up with that promise.
that becomes an element of cheating.
Okay.
Now, when this matter goes to the court, to establish mens rea and the intention to cheat is not very easy. But in this case, like these 2-3 projects that we are seeing, where he never even had any permission, he probably doesn't even have any rights to develop that particular land. And if he has accordingly misrepresented people, that is definitely a case of cheating, because
So
his intention.
the key here is
was-
in the intention. The key here is in the title of the land. Who does the title of the land belong to, and what representation did the developer give these buyers when they bought the home? Did the developer in this case pretend to own land that he did not own? Is that what this boils down to?
Not necessary, because he is trying to basically say, I have the right to develop. Whether he owns the land or not is the second
irrelevant,
part.
right.
But then he has to disclose how he has got that right to develop, whether he has purchased, he is the owner, or he has development rights, or he is in joint venture with that owner to construct, whatever it may be. But he has to disclose the fact how he
Also
has
the fact
any
that
right to step on that
these buyers are
particular
holding
land
up allotment
and
letters
construct.
and not agreements. They don't have registered agreements on the apartments that they have bought. That's a very, very worrying point, isn't it?
Yes, but that also amounts to cheating, because under Section 4 of MOFA, he is supposed to execute an agreement,
Right.
even if he receives 1 rupee for it.
All right, I want the gentleman who's holding the mic right now to share his story with us, because we have a few minutes left on this show. Go ahead, tell us what your experience has been with this developer.
Yeah, I am Hemant. I have booked a flat, 2 BHK flat in Mulund Atlantis project in 2013, early 2013. I have paid around 41 lakhs to the developer, and since day one I have been told that this is a very clear title site, and they have given me a good brochure, the colored one, saying that the project is going to start in a week's time itself. But till today there is nothing has happened. I am constantly following with the developer and the other investors, but nothing action has been taken on till date.
Right, no
So
action.
I would like to have our money refund, or if there is any buyout option
All right.
with interest, because till today, if in 4 years time, if the builder is not going to start the project, how far we can going to wait? Because I have put all my life's money into it, and I don't want to wait further, because I know that there are so many people who till today have not come up, because now we have gathered together, and I'm sure that there are so many other people who would like to come and take this protest forward.
All right, of course, we do know that the strength for consumers is in numbers, right, if they come together. Anand?
Yes, and in fact this matter can be taken up by the economic offence wing, because the kind of amount that has been paid and the number
Yes.
of people who have paid
Yes.
should be taken up by the economic offence wing, is what I feel. Not only this, the fact, like we have just seen here, is people who have put in that kind of lifetime money are losing out on an opportunity to get that money back and invest it somewhere else.
Yes, the opportunity
question here
lost
is-
of, even if that money was sitting in a fixed deposit, what would it have made for them over the last several years that they have been waiting for a home?
That's one point. Second, where has this money gone? He has taken so much of money from so many people, and where has that money gone? That needs to be investigated
I mean, some of
at
the
the
footage-
earliest,
yeah.
because if that money is siphoned out, you won't be getting anything, and the police would be just doing an investigation.
All
It's
right.
time for them to really act fast now.
Okay, all right. I want one more view. If you can bring in another home buyer. I know there is a lady holding the mic right now. Go ahead. Tell us your story, ma'am.
My name is Telma. I have invested in this Brahans commercial property, and we have invested in 2007, and we were supposed to get the position in 2009. But from 2009 to 2016, we have not heard from the builder. And since 9 years, our family has been going through a lot of financial crisis. I have 2 daughters, and we as parents, we know what difficulties we faced. And I'm sure the builder is a family man, and he should understand the crisis the family faces. And I have 2 daughters. We had a lot of financial crisis to educate them. And I feel that we have invested in a barren land without any productivity. And we are like farmers, I feel. Like, the land is given to us, but with no money, with no productivity. and we have taken loans. So I'm sure, I'm just requesting the builder that we want our money back, because without the OC in the commercial property, we can't rent, nor can we sell the property. And we had lost hopes, but with Mr. Rakesh Shetty, he has brought us some new hope, and we have come to him. And unitedly, we are facing this problem, and he is helping us in getting through this crisis. So we thank Rakesh Shetty for this, and we would like to, meet the builder and request him. As a family man, I feel that.
Okay, Mohit Bansali, I want to ask you this question. Of course, these buyers want their money back at this point. They're not going to get their homes from the plots of land where we're seeing the footage that our reporter shot earlier today. There isn't a brick that's been laid. There isn't a ditch that has been dug. No work has happened on that land. The best option for these buyers is to seek a refund of their money. That's the footage that we're looking at. It was shot on the 28th of June. These are the plots of land for which homes were sold in Atlantis, from what we understand, in May 2012. And no work has happened on that land. This was footage shot by the reporter of Magic Bricks. Now, Kamala Horizon is on your, on your screen right now. This is in Bhandup. Again, shot on the 28th of June. There is no work. There's no building there. There are no homes there to be had. Mohit Bansali, for the buyers who have had enough trouble at this point getting an FIR filed with the police, if they want to get their money back, can they just approach court directly without having to file the FIR? Can they just go to the court and say, this is the case, please help us get our money back?
Yes. Even on earlier show also I have cleared it, that the civil and the criminal are two parallel remedies that can be worked together.
Okay. Give them an instruction list of what they should do first and what process they should follow.
I'll say that in civil they have several remedies, as well as in criminal they have two remedies. First, they can file a direct complaint in the court, and second, they can lodge the FIR.
Right.
These two remedies are available to them as far as the criminals are concerned. As far as the civil remedies are concerned, they can approach as per their value of the flat to the Honorable High Court. First. Second thing, if their value of the flat is below than 1 crore, they can approach to City Civil Court. Naturally, both
But if they combine together, then automatically they'll cross 1 crore.
No, here the cause of actions are different.
Okay.
Because the projects are different.
Okay.
And if different projects are there, so the different cause of actions are there.
Okay.
And here, even if they combine and file a kind of PIL, but it's still a group, so that will not be entertained. But as far as the consumer courts are concerned, as I pointed out, that they don't need to pay much more court fees, but they have to bear in their mind that commercial project is outside of the Consumer Protection Act. So the people who have booked in commercial property, they cannot approach to the consumer court. They can approach to civil court. If their letter of allotment is having a clause of arbitration, they can certainly go to arbitrator. And third thing,
which is an expensive prospect. An arbitrator is an expensive
prospect. Yes, absolutely yes. Arbitration and the civil court, they have to shell out the court fee as per the valuation of flat. And third thing they have, as far as the competition law, that they can file
with the Competition Commission.
Yes, they can file.
All right, Anand Patwardhan, if all of these buyers, let's assume the buyers of residential property, everybody who's bought a flat with the same developer in different projects, can they get together and file a class action suit or a writ petition with the court to sort of combine their cases? Or can
I think a writ petition can be filed, and the High Court may entertain if there is such a petition that comes in. Because I think it's obvious that so many people have been cheated, and now it's not an issue of only one buyer.
What sort of result can they hope for with a writ petition? What kind of a result can they hope for as a group that's listening to us right now?
Well, I think any order that would be passed by the High Court would be within the ambit of the law. In this case, I think even if we go by Section 8 of MOFA, people, if they're asking their money back, there is a statutory obligation on the builder to refund the money with 9% interest from the date of receipt of money till realization. It's a statutory obligation, means a kind of a charge. He can't simply return the money. It would be returned with 9% interest. That's the minimum requirement under the law.
Right.
Apart from that, there could be additional compensation that may be granted by the courts, looking at the circumstances and considering the situation with every buyer. Notwithstanding that, it could be a class action as well, where why such kind of projects came up,
Right.
how such kind of projects got represented, how the municipal corporation has probably
Make the
given
municipal
permissions
corporation
or
a
not
party
given
to this,
permission.
yeah.
All those things, issues can be taken up because it would be in public interest to understand how such builders can come up and cheat people, and so many people at a time.
All right. A quick recap of the advice you're getting, home buyers and consumers who are listening right now. Get together, you can get together and file a writ petition in the court where the court will instruct the developer to give you your money back with interest and any other compensation that the court might see fit. In that case, the developer is required to follow any instruction from the court. Otherwise, he's dealing with a contempt of court problem, Anand Patardhan.
That's
if
right.
that's true. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but this is a case we're going to keep a very close eye on the channel. In the meantime, we will continue to reach out to the developer. We've been told we'll receive a response by tomorrow morning. That's a response we will carry on this channel and we will pass on to the buyers who are listening. If you're having a problem that you'd like us to help you with, our contact details are going to pop up on your screen in a second. Get in touch with us. We're here to help you out, irrespective of whether the problem is with the developer or whether the problem is with the state government or the local level government. Reach out to us. For citizens of Mumbai, tomorrow we're going to take up the issue of traffic. The fact that rains have arrived in our cities and each of us are spending 2 hours on the road, whether it's by train or in a four-wheeler, 2 hours to get to anywhere in this city. That's an issue we're taking up as well. Share photographs, share issues. It's something that we're going to take up with the local government. Thank you so much for watching Magic Bricks Now. Stay with the channel.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.